remember.
Remember?
Who are you talking to?
Oh, I thought you. I didn't get it.
Sorry.
I was like, what? What?
Rare not in sync moment.
All right, we got this.
For a moment, our brains separated. Are you playing it? No, you stopped streaming.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I thought I was streaming this whole time.
Nope.
Oh, it was the game. Then I closed the game. Okay.
Alright. Lottery.
I was buying some
What
groceries.
the fuck?
When I was at the counter, I decided to buy a lottery ticket. It was at this moment that a man behind me, who I assumed was drunk, walked up beside me and shouted, "Hey, me too." The woman at the counter and him started to argue. She gave up and just gave him a ticket to make him go away. Then she gave me mine. Outside the shop, the same man tried to hit me, causing me to drop my groceries and my ticket.
What?
He also fell over and dropped his. I went to pick up mine, but he grabbed it. I wasn't so fussed and didn't want to anger him further, so I just grabbed his that he left behind.
No fucking way.
That ticket I grabbed won me £500,000.
Get fucked.
My family originally comes from Russia. Here's a tale that's been passed down to me. As you're probably aware, things were harsh for Russians under Stalin's leadership. My granddad was a critic of the Man of Steel, and as a result, he found himself imprisoned in a Siberian gulag
Have we heard
for
this one
being
or
a
no?
so-called enemy of the
Okay.
community. His sentence? 10 years hard labor. For many, this might as well have been a death sentence. Millions died in these camps due to the freezing cold temperatures, rampant disease, lack of food, and just generally being overworked to the point of collapse. My granddad was a hardy fella though. He knew that if he put his mind to it, he'd survive. According to him, life in the camp was brutal. Violence amongst the prisoners was commonplace. They'd compete for warmth, cigarettes, and everything in between. A true friend was hard to come by. Plenty of inmates became informers, just waiting to tell the guards about anything that might land them an extra chunk of bread. During his time at the camp, my granddad saw many people try to escape. Most were shot within the first minute of their attempt. The guards always aimed to kill. If an inmate escaped on their watch, they'd often be stripped of their uniforms and ran the risk of becoming an inmate themselves. Those escapees who managed to avoid getting gunned down rarely made it very far. The cold Siberian weather killed most of those poor bastards
Oh yeah,
off.
I saw Stranger Things.
Their bodies were usually found a few kilometers away from the camp. Running was almost guaranteed suicide. Almost. Each day, my granddad and his fellow inmates spent 12 hours cutting and stacking logs. They were running on barely any food. The more timber you cut, the more food you were given. Inevitably, the weak were starving, and occasionally would steal another inmate's bread. The guards didn't bother to punish anyone who stole food. No, they left that to the other inmates. It was an unwritten rule. Anyone that was caught stealing bread was sentenced to death. The other workers would simply wait for the guards to avert their eyes. Then they'd take their axes, and the thief would end up having an accident. It was a code that all the inmates lived by. So, when my granddad caught a young lad eating some of his bread one
What was the funny?
An accident?
day,
I don't like you.
can
He
imagine
said
how
it!
sickened he felt.
That's just how British people
He was
speak.
the
That wasn't a
only witness,
joke.
but
It
his
was.
word
Did you
would have
not
been
hear the
good enough
hesitation?
to condemn the boy.
I think that was just British.
Instead,
No,
my grandfather
he literally
decided to show him
hesitated
mercy.
before saying accident.
The lad was one of his bunkmates.
Okay, well, we can...
Imagine how sickened he felt to call for their eyes. Then they'd take their axes, and the thief would end up having an accident.
He
It was a
hesitated.
code that all the inmates lived by. So, when my granddad caught a young lad eating some of his bread one day, you can imagine how sickened he felt. He was the only witness, but his word would have been good enough to condemn the boy. Instead, my grandfather decided to show him mercy. The lad was one of his bunkmates, and he wanted to give him a second chance. My granddad decided to keep his mouth shut, but made the boy promise never to steal again. This was going to be his one warning. The boy thanked my grandfather and promised him that he'd never touch anyone else's food as long as he was in the camp. One night, a few months later, my grandfather awoke to find the young man nudging him. He urged my grandfather to follow him out into the yard. Delirious with tiredness and hunger, my grandfather did as the young man asked. The pair of them crept their way to a nearby shelter and watched as a group of guards entered their bunkhouse. As it turns out, several of my grandfather's bunkmates had been planning an escape. When the guards got word of this, they decided to hold the whole bunkhouse responsible. The guards rounded up all 10 men inside and marched them out into the freezing cold tundra in the middle of the night. They never returned to camp. He doesn't know if they froze to death or if they were shot.
Definitely shot.
Whatever the case, my grandfather would have shared in their fate had it not been for the actions of the young man. You see, the young man had become friendly with a few of the guards in an effort to score some extra food. They found him endearing enough to keep alive, so when they heard that some of his bunkmates were planning a breakout, they warned him to stay out of the shack at a certain time. Knowing what they meant, the lad remembered the act of mercy my grandfather had showed him, and decided it was time to repay his debt. A life for a life. He may have been a thief, but there was still some honor left in him. Whether you want to call it the butterfly effect, or luck, or coincidence, or whatever, the fact that my grandfather spared that boy is the only reason he survived his time in the gulag. Hell, it's the only reason I even exist in the first place.
Fuck. These stories go hard.
My grandfather fought in World War II and was stationed in the
My
Pacific.
grandpa fought in World War II.
Once, when waiting in line to get on a transport plane, he was cut in front of by a man as he was about to board the plane.
No way.
The guy who cut in front of him took the last spot on the flight, and my grandpa was screwed out of getting on. The next transport didn't leave until the next day, so my grandpa was pissed. He bitched to the guy about it, but he was outranked, so he had to let the guy take his spot. Turns out that that plane was shot down, and everyone on board was killed.
How pissed was that guy be like going down?
Son of a...
I wouldn't exist if it wasn't for my grandma wearing a yellow sweater. My grandparents worked in the same building for several years, and my grandpa would always walk right past my grandma on his way to the office. One day, my grandma decided to wear a yellow sweater to work. That day, it just so happened to catch his eye. He immediately proceeded to ask my grandma out. They've been together ever since. She was planning on quitting her job in the next 2 weeks, so there's a good chance that he never would have even noticed her or met her if she hadn't worn that sweater.
Those are the cool ones.
Damn.
His name was Fleming, and he was a poor Scottish farmer. One day, while trying to eke out a living for his family, he heard a cry for help coming from a nearby bog. He dropped his tools and ran to the bog. There, mired to his waist in black mulch, was a terrified boy, screaming and struggling to free himself. Farmer Fleming saved the lad from what could have been a slow and terrifying death. The next day,
That
a
boy,
fancy carriage
Donald
pulled
Trump.
up to the Scotsman's house. An elegantly dressed nobleman stepped out and introduced himself as the father of the boy that Farmer Fleming had saved.
This is Cap.
"I want to repay you," said the nobleman. "You saved my son's life." "No, I can't accept payment for what I did," the Scottish farmer replied, waving off the offer.
Dumbass maxing.
At that moment, the farmer's own son came to the door of the family hovel. "Is this your son?" the nobleman asked. "Yes," the farmer replied, proudly. "I'll make you a deal. Let me take him and give him a good education. If the boy's anything like his father, he'll grow up to be a man you can be proud of."
What?
And that he did. In time, Farmer Fleming's son graduated from St. Mary's Hospital Medical School in London and went on to become known throughout the world as the noted Sir Alexander Fleming, the discoverer of penicillin. Years afterwards, the same nobleman's son was stricken with pneumonia. What saved him? Penicillin. The name of the nobleman? Lord Randolph Churchill. His son's name?
Winston.
Winston.
How's it hanging? I fully thought you were gonna say it before me.
Fuck you, Vince!
I thought you thought of it way before me, dude. Bro, Dada said greetings. How did you not think of that before me, bro?
Because he said Churchill, and I was like, oh, like Winston Churchill. Okay, this sounds so fucking fake, but like I know it's real. And then you just go, how's
Winston, how's it hanging?
Here's another one. They caught me so fucking off guard, you have no idea.
No, when I thought of this, I'm like, oh, he's definitely gonna say something when he brings up Winston,
No
bro.
fucking clue. I did not see that coming at all. Oh, fantastic.
How's it hang?
Where the fuck are these wooden trims? Oh, there's one.
His name, Winston.
How's-
Greeting. I'm clipping that.
Oh, here's the rest of it. Can you send that to me?
Hello, this is the part where you clip?
Windows G. You're not using NVIDIA.
How do I save it?
Windows G. Capture.
Where do you see the capture button?
Windows G. Oh, is it only start recording? No, record last 30 seconds.
Done, I guess. That wasn't 30 seconds. Rip.
Can you not?
Oh well.
What's the NVIDIA code?
Alt F10, but it's not working. That's the one I have. Or just press Alt Z.
Oh yeah.
It won't let me save.
It let me
Sag.
save.